Feels like I say this every time I make a video, but lack of uploads this week it's been pretty bad considering, but it has been New Year's. But speaking of New Year's, I was sat on Instagram scrolling through, and then I see this. I had to double take myself to make sure I wasn't either dreaming or, you know, like, out of it. Tombstone soda in Cold War zombies. What? Now, I know other people have already made videos on this, but you have to understand, it was New Year's. I hadn't been on social media or YouTube in, like, a good 3 hours. What was this? Tombstone soda in Cold War zombies. This is mental. Now, you're probably thinking, hang on, wasn't Tombstone that really shit perk you could get on Black Ops 2 multiplayer to, you know, get all your shit back if you bleed out, but, like, it was really bad because if you were halfway across the map and you drop as a fucking town or something, you were fucked. Yeah, it was that perk. This is mental solely because of the new feature that they brought in Cold War, Ethereum crystals. Now, this is where I segue into possible features that I think they could use in Cold War to make this perk, you know, worth a slot. Because if the maximum perks is 6, we haven't seen more than 6, but I'm going to guess that's what the cap is now, because they wouldn't just take it off. Now, for the base perk, I would imagine it'd just do the same thing that I did in Black Ops 2. You know, you go down, it spawns a drop if you hold X or F or whatever, and it spawns the drop, and you have, what was it, like 60 seconds to grab the drop before it goes away. But this time, please make it so you spawn next to the goddamn drop. That was such a problem in Black Ops 2 because if you were, the only way you could use it was on co-op because there would be no other way that you could use it. It would be pointless on solo. But if your mate was halfway across where your drop was, you'd spawn there and you'd lose your drop. Tier 1, I think the drop duration should last an extra 30 seconds. If they don't take that feature out, this is what I hope they'll do. But I want the drop duration to last longer because I think 60 seconds, or it might have been 30. I think that's far too short if the map they're going to be, if Firebase Z is going to be big. If the map's going to be big, that's a far too small duration of time to grab your drop. And I think it should be extended at least with tier 1 because it's only one Ethereum crystal. Or for tier 1, what I think they could do, they could scrap the whole drop idea in favor of just giving you your weapons back if you had it in your perk slots. The whole idea of grabbing a drop, it does add a feeling of, I need to get this, oh shit, this is why I bought the perk. But if it goes away, that's you've lost 2,000 points. The perk is pointless. This was one of the reasons why it was so shit in Black Ops 2. If they just give us Black Ops 2 Tombstone, I am going to be pissed. Now, if you haven't played Black Ops 2, Tombstone used to give you back all 4 of your perks and the last weapon you held. So as a nice tier 2 upgrade, I think it should give you back both of your weapons and 4 of your perks. Now, why I'm not going for all 6 perks is because I'm trying to keep it tame to the original, as I think 6 perks is probably going to be the cap for this game. Don't quote me on that because it might honestly just have no cap, but that's a feature I'd like to see for a tier 2 upgrade. So, now for a tier 3 upgrade. So there's a couple of options here and a couple of paths they'd have to go down if they were going to take these features on board. Now, if they're on the path of they've scrapped the drop idea, I think it should just give you the amount of perks that you had. This is in theory as well, there's no cap on the amount of perks, so let's just say that you had 8 perks, you get 8 perks back, 7 perks, you get 7 perks back, so on and so forth. However, if they weren't going to scrap the drop idea, I think once you spawn back in, you should have like a 30-second grace period, or maybe like a 10-15, I don't know. You should have a grace period to grab your drop and let all the zombies ignore you, because I don't think it's very useful when you've got hordes and hordes of zombies coming after you and you've only got your red starting weapon. That just doesn't make any sense to me. And if the perks are capped at 6, I think it should just give you your 6 perks back. Now that we've talked about that, I feel as if I should shed some light on some other possible perks that could probably be coming back. If Tombstone's coming back, I think it's safe to say anything at this point could come back. Now, everyone's probably raving about the fact that there's a possibility that PhD could come back, which I'm not complaining, but I'm pretty sure tier 3 of Stamina Up is that it incorporates 0 fall damage. Or it hinders fall damage or something like that in Stamina Up, so I don't know, I don't see how they'd bring that back. PhD Slider was I think on Black Ops 4, but it wasn't very good. And of course you've got Double Tap, which honestly, it would probably have to be Double Tap 1 that they'd bring back instead of Double Tap 2, considering that Triple Pack is a thing, and if you were able to do double the damage with Triple Pack, in my opinion, that is far too overpowered. And increased fire rate would help out with a lot of guns, like such as ARs and some LMGs fire quite slow like the M60. Now, a perk like Widow's Wine, you can't really put this back into the game, considering it was a Black Ops 3 exclusive, and honestly, it would just make the game far too overpowered. The fact is that in Black Ops 3 alone, you had a 5-hit system, and you had Widow's Wine, so technically you could take about a good 6 hits if you're navigating through hordes, and regenerating health. You can take about 6, maybe 7 hits before you eventually go down, which on its own is overpowered. So pair that with something like armor and triple pack. You've got yourself like a really easy round 100 game that you could do in the matter of like a couple of hours. Now the last thing I'd like to cover is machine design. Now you want to make your drink look appealing to the people who's about to buy it. So when your perk machine looks like this, what is this? Zelensky, why did you think this was a good idea? So we've seen Deadshot go from a grey slab to one of the coolest perk designs, in my opinion, we've seen since the invention of Juggernog. If they do something like this with Tombstone, it might be one of my favourite perks. Aesthetic is like key with me, because if you can nail like the first impression with something, you'll have people in the snap of a finger. It's just something that you need to nail down, so graphics designers, take on board what you did with Deadshot, please. Anyway, to wrap this video up, I just wanted to say thank you for the support and 100 subscribers. It really does mean a lot to me, because I've tried this sort of stuff before and it just hasn't gone as planned. And if you like the kind of content I do, please subscribe. It helps the channel out and it gets me closer to that goal of 200 by the end of the year. Uploads are probably going to be halted maybe around January 5th-ish, because that's when school starts again for me. But I'm still going to be trying to get videos out weekly, and I know I haven't been on top of it recently because I haven't really felt motivated. Also, if you keep up with my Instagram at all, you would know I would have said if we hit 100 by the end of 2020, I'm going to start showing my face. Now, to show my face, I need a thing called confidence, and that's something I don't have right now, so you're going to have to bear with. So give it another couple uploads and you probably will see my face. Also, you've probably noticed that the gameplay looks a lot better now, or at least I hope it does, because I finally got my Ryzen and there were the 8GB stick around, but that probably didn't do much. That also means I can stream. Now, I want to stream on Twitch rather than YouTube because, quite frankly, I hate streaming on YouTube because it doesn't have half the shit that Twitch does, and Twitch just looks a lot nicer. If you want to go over there and drop a follow, it's twitch.tv/RomanLol. Maybe tomorrow I might be streaming like Subnautica or something. I will tweet it out and let you guys know. Anyway, thank you for watching the video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.